while since I've just kind of sat down and done my makeup, so I'm going to just put my makeup on for the day and get ready. I have a lot more studying to do today. I'm finishing up the last week's worth of work for my second course in the 7 courses of that UX design course. So I'm gonna do some studying today, but I just want to feel a little bit fresher. We'll just kind of do like a little get ready for the day with me, and I'll chat through some of my thoughts and feelings as I'm going through this course. First, let me show you my pregnant belly. I'm 25 weeks exactly today. I'm definitely getting a lot larger. Yeah, so I'm definitely not feeling like the same person at all. It's my first time being pregnant, and so yeah, every new kind of symptom or just any change that occurs in my body just feels so foreign to me and so weird. It's pretty cool now because I can feel baby. We're not finding out the gender, so I have no idea if it's a boy or girl. I think I told you before that my first trimester was so bad. I was just really sick throughout the whole thing, but now I'm well into my second trimester and I've been feeling really good. I really can't complain about that. I'm grateful I'm feeling good because I need that extra energy to work on this course while I'm still working. And I gotta say, my energy levels have been pretty high, so I've just been able to work on it after work and on the weekends. What can I update you guys with? The pregnancy journey's been crazy. I don't feel like myself. It feels really weird not to kind of like have my own body. I haven't been working out like I usually am. Super into fitness and health and all of that, but I've sort of just kind of let that go a little bit and not being too hard on myself. So I haven't been going to F45 or doing intense workouts. I just try to make sure that I get a really good walk in every day or most days. I feel like that's enough for me right now. After I deliver, I'll kind of focus on getting kind of back into things that way. My skin's been really good, but I was on Accutane last year before my wedding, so I think that really helps. I'm glad I did Accutane because who knows what those hormonal changes would have brought to my skin. I do get like little red spots everywhere. They're kind of like a broken capillary or blood vessel, I think, or maybe it's just some kind of like little rash. They're always worse in the morning and then they kind of go away throughout the day, or the next day they'll just be gone. I really haven't been wearing much makeup at all. I really don't go out that much right now because I'm working on this course, and I don't know, I'm not going out for cocktails or drinks or wine or anything like that. So my makeup has just been like very limited. I recently got this Kosas concealer, which is kind of like a hydrating skincare slash concealer. I just put a little bit of this on before work or just like on days where I want to feel a little bit more not as grubby. So I do really like this. I am feeling very pale these days, so I'm gonna need lots of bronzer. Like I mentioned, I am just about finished, or I'm working on the last quarter of the second module of 7 for the UX design course. And like I expected, it is a little bit more challenging than the first module because the first module was just all about foundations and kind of basic principles and just introduction to design. The second course has had a few hiccups. There's been sections where it's been a little bit vague, and we're starting the first portfolio project. So you're supposed to have 3 portfolio projects that will go into your portfolio at the end of this entire certificate so that you have something to present your future employers. So we just started the first one, but it's been a little bit unclear to me what to kind of focus on for that project. This module has been a lot about user research, just empathizing with users and trying to gather data on what users' needs might be for these like mock digital products that we're creating. User research isn't really something that I feel I'm that interested in so far. I know it's like a very important part of design, but I think I'm excited to just start doing some design work. I think what's been making the challenge even greater in this is that it's fake user research. So they give you like fake user bios and you're just reading through people who don't actually exist, because it's all about just kind of learning how to start compiling this information. So I'm not going out and interviewing real people who'd be using a real app. Everything is simulated, and I don't know if it's that element that's making it a little bit less desirable for me, but did end up kind of redoing my whole weeks 1, 2, and 3 worth of work. Originally, I picked a fake app that I was supposed to be designing, and I thought it'd be cool, but it wasn't, and it was kind of complicated, and I wasn't sure where I was supposed to put my focus. So I ended up going back and redoing week 1, 2, and 3, and now finally I'm working on week 4. And I feel like I'm back on track, but some of the assignments just feel like a little bit vague, like you don't really know if you're on the right track or not. And because everything is peer reviewed and graded, you're not really getting feedback from UX designers or people that work at Google. So you kind of just feel blind doing these projects, hoping that you're on the right track. So I definitely had a very frustrating week because I realized that I wanted to start over and redesign my personas for a new app project. It really wasn't that bad. It probably ended up being an extra 3 to 4 hours of work for me to kind of redo that. I put a little bit more effort into the second time around, and so now I feel like caught up and ready to move forward. But there's definitely been points in the project with these like fake user research bios where I've wondered, oh, am I gonna like this? Like, is this still something that I wanna do? I think with any career that you think you're gonna be good at, or you think would be something like that's a good fit for you, if you're going through a course related to that, you know you're gonna have to go through some things that you aren't going to enjoy, just like a degree program or any program you're going through. So trying to keep that in mind and just push through everything. Something I'm really looking forward to is being able to put a little bit of tanner on again. It probably wouldn't kill me, but I'm kind of just staying away from some of those more like chemical products, you know, while I'm pregnant. But I do feel very pale and large, so I'm excited to be able to kind of, put my tanner back on, slim out a little bit. But it is pretty cool being able to feel baby, and we're really looking forward to everything. So I feel like I'm motoring along on this course. I don't know if I'll be able to finish before May 19th. That's my due date, but if not, that's okay. Then I'll be on mat leave, and hopefully our baby will sleep and we'll be able to, or I'll be able to work a little bit while they're sleeping. I'm not sure how it'll go. I am feeling a little bit anxious about doing all of this while I'm about to have my first child, but it's all part of the journey. My makeup is very simple these days. It's nice and quick and easy to do. All right, so I'm gonna go study for a couple hours. I'm hoping to be able to finish module 2 completely by the end of the day. I will keep you guys updated, and I will talk to you later.
You tell him he's all you see. Tell him you got his keys, cause you thought he needed them. But he's not coming back again. So he's gone, leaving then. You won't see him again. It was convenient, but you won't be staying friends. And you know that, sweetie, you know that. Think you knew it before, but you just ignored that.
I'm just doing a little bit of baking. I had a couple of overly ripe bananas left. I wanted to do like a kind of semi-healthy cookie recipe. So I found one from Sally's Baking Addiction. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. I don't bake very often, but if I do bake, I go to her blog because all of her recipes always turn out every single time. But these are supposed to be a bit healthier. So there's like banana, oats, peanut butter, coconut oil, and just like cinnamon and salt, and a few chocolate chips. So I'm gonna put those onto my baking sheet right now, throw them in the oven, and I'll let you know how they turn out.
He said he thought it would be nice if we went for a ride in his dad's Jaguar, swept up in the moment, sitting in his car. But you know,
I ended up finishing my course number 2 out of 7 for the UX design course, and it was a little bit of a grind, but I'm happy that it's over and it's done. I wasn't able to finish it all the last time I talked to you. I think it took me a couple days after that, but I'm still on track. I was able to finish all of course 2 in under 2 weeks, which I'm happy about, even including all the work that I kind of had to redo. Course 2 for me was a little bit of a grind just because it was so heavy on research. Like I kind of mentioned to you before, it just doesn't feel like my interest, and also when you're doing it on fake personas, it just makes it a little bit more boring. But you have to start somewhere, and so I understand why they did it that way. But I'm happy to be done. I've started course 3 already, just the introduction material. My next video is gonna be a little bit of like a review on how course number 2 went, so follow along if you wanna see that. I'm looking forward to course 3 because it's more about actually designing and creating low fidelity prototypes and actually learning to sketch and draw And I think we're gonna start learning how to use Figma, which is the design program that you start doing all of like your low fidelity prototype designs on. And so I think it'll be a little bit more interesting for me anyway, and I'm excited to dive into that. If you've done the Google UX design program, please comment below and let me know what you thought of course number 2, if you can remember. Stick around if you want to see the review for that course. I'll see you guys in my next one.
Sweetie, you know that. Think you knew it before, but you just ignored that. So now you won't take
Let's try this.
back, but there's no refunds here. So you sort of hurt.
Cookie is really, really good. I'll link the recipe down below for like a healthy kind of breakfast cookie. So good.
Now you found and you realize it wasn't at all like what you created.